But then I tell this story a lot. Right before things kind of like shifted in my life at that time, I I ended up getting into a relationship. So
Oh wow.
yeah, my dad was like, man, you don't think it's a coincidence you get in a relationship right before things go crazy? And I was like, nah, like we lit, we good, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so I ended up getting a relationship. Long story short, the end of the relationship, my dad was like, man, you need to, you know what I'm saying, stop talking to this girl. And for me, he was like, he was like, you need to take a break. That's what he said first. He was like, you need to take a break. He wanted me to, you know what I'm saying, seek God for myself. So he was like,
Yeah.
you need to take a break from this girl, like see God about this girl, whatever. And you know what I'm saying? I told him I would, and then I just changed her name on my phone to my homeboy's name so he wouldn't know. And then and then right after that, um we had a show. I had a show in Orlando. My dad was cutting my hair and he was like, man, you been talking to that girl. And I was like, yeah, sometimes like she'll send me scriptures in the morning, but like we don't talk like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just capping for real. and and so then he's like, man, I'm telling you, you need to stop talking to this girl. Boom. The show gets canceled in Orlando, or hurricane is on the way. So we go out to dinner that night with one of my dad's friends who's a stylist. And while we're with them, I'm texting her. I don't know how her name got back to what her name was, but you know what I'm saying? I changed her name back to what it was. So I'm texting her, whatever. They're talking amongst each other about like helping me out with my style, et cetera, et cetera. The dude
Yeah.
asked, the dude asked for my Instagram to see my Instagram. I give him my phone. You know what I'm saying? The girl texts. And so he said, and so he doesn't know. So he's like, oh, so and so's texting you. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, my dad just gave me the death stare. You know what I mean? And so we got to the car. Of course, he going crazy. The next day, we have to drive back to Virginia because the hurricane was coming or whatever. So we
Yeah.
couldn't like. So the first we got a 10-hour drive back to Virginia. The first 5 hours, he don't say a word to me. He don't say nothing. You know what I mean?
Dang.
So we get gas. He get back in the car. You know what I'm saying? He on the phone with my mom. She's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with your son. Like going crazy. And so I'm like, so he goes, man, like I'ma always be your dad, but if you know what I'm saying, continue talking to this girl, like I'm not doing this music stuff with you no more. And so
Dang.
that's when it got real to me. Like I was like, okay. I just started thinking more. You know what I'm saying? It got really real. At first, I'm just like, man, he tripping. Like he just want me to not be with a girl right now, like on some dad stuff. But I was like, okay, it might be more serious than I think. So we get home that night. I wake up the next morning. Um, everybody's gone from the house. So I just started yelling at God in my room, like, God, it sounds crazy now. It sounds super silly, but I'm like, God, if this girl for me, I need you to let me know right now. Like, I don't need to be praying for 40 days, 40 nights. I need to know right now. Like, what's up? So I said amen. As soon as I said amen, my mom texted me. Now, my mom this whole time, my mom is like been on our side. Like she's kind of been like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if y'all supposed to be together, y'all gonna be together. Just listen to your dad so you don't get in trouble. Like she
Yeah.
on that wave, you know what I'm saying? So when I say hey man, she texts me like, Aaron, I think you need to break up with this girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, she with him, he's bamboozling her. You know what I mean? I just text her back like, Moms, we'll talk later. A little bit more time goes by. Um, I get a call from a dude that I ain't worked with since I was like 14. And at this point, I'm like 17 now. Like my pop said, like it's almost time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get a call from a dude that I ain't worked with in like 3 or 4 years. He's like, bro, what's up, man? Like, he was like, man, I know we ain't talked in a minute. He's like, man, I just had to call you, like, how you doing, whatever. I was like, man, it's a lot going on, but I'm good, whatever. He was like, man, I had to call you because you know what I'm saying? I had a dream. And to this day, he don't even remember this. Like, but he was like, I had a dream, man. And he was like, and you was building a wall. And he was like, on the other side of the wall was like, man, I feel like everything that you've been working for. He was like, I saw Grammy Awards, I saw, you know what I'm saying, Dove Awards, Stella Awards, etc. Like I just saw a bunch of success. He's like, so I don't know if you messing with some girl, but you gotta cut that out. I got spooked. I got spooked. So I was like, all right, yeah, it's over. Like it's over. So I talked to a few more people. My mentor, my spiritual mentor at the time, like, and he's like, yeah, I've been waiting to tell you, like, whatever. So I end up breaking up with her. When I break up with her, I have a trip to Nashville probably like a couple weeks after that.
Yeah.
And I write right on time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 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 So that's how it happened. Like we was in the studio, you know what I'm saying? I was writing with a guy named Dalton Deal. And he started just playing on the piano, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, it was just a bunch going on at the time. Like I'm just getting out of that. You know what I'm saying? My pops low-key tightened me that I even got into that. You know what I'm saying? Things are about to, like, I've been waiting for it at this point 2 or 3 years to come out on the label. So it's just like, man, that's what came out. Don't worry, his love is always right on time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then,
Did Toby know you had like a missile like that? Like, did he know, like, yo, I want to get on that because that's a missile?
yeah. Nah, so we did the song. I remember I had did a few of them because they was, you know what I'm saying, at that point when they heard I could sing, it was like, okay, yeah, like we want you to do the hip hop stuff, but they bread and butter was the radio, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So they was like, man, we want to get you to do something that's authentic to you that can go on the radio. So I was shooting, you know what I'm saying? I had a
Yeah.
lot of Jones where I was just shooting for that, you know what I'm saying? And so when we got that, I remember it was like, I remember getting texts like, yeah, nah, that might be it. Like, ooh. And, yeah, I don't remember how it happened. I might have asked him or he might have just hopped on it. But yeah, he hopped on it. I remember he got in the studio, we did it. Rest is history, brother. Number one. Double voice, all that. So yeah.
Did you feel like, man, that call was a call that really kind of changed everything? Because it's like,
Yeah.
if you would have kept going with "Oh Girl" right on time, it may have
I
not
would
have
be,
happened.
bro, you wouldn't know me. You wouldn't know me. I would be probably in Bristol with probably like 4 kids working there. Walmart, brother. No cap. Nah, like looking back on it, man, I just get grateful for real because I'm like, I say this a lot. I'm like, man, God didn't let me get in the way. Like,
Yeah.
and sometimes like we be like, man, this person try to stop me or this. It's like, nah, like God didn't let me get in the way of my destiny and my, you know what I'm saying, my
Yeah.
calling that he had on my life. So yeah, bro, it was like I think regardless of if he called me or someone else called me or if he just spoke to me like audibly, you know what I'm saying, I would have, I feel like I would have, you know what I'm saying, eventually figured it out. Just because of, like I said, he didn't let me get in the way. So
Got
yeah,
you.
it's crazy.